And we're back. Football season is upon us, and we are, in fact, watching it right now. It is North Carolina versus Duke right now. They're just kind of
know college football.
Okay, my bad. I don't.
Or it is Duke. No, you're right.
It is Duke and
I can't read this one. I am illegally blind, I should say.
We're in the first quarter here. 15 seconds on the clock. I don't know who this guy is.
Malak Murphy. I
don't know who this guy is either, but he looks like he can throw a ball. This guy looks like he's about to throw a ball. I don't know anything about him.
He's ready. He's ready.
And
wide receiving.
From Duke, presumably. Oh, there they are.
We're back. Malak Murphy.
Yeah.
As a starter.
Is that the guy we were just looking at?
Does he start the match? He's going to start it right now. Look at them run and go.
They threw it.
No, did they throw it? I don't think they've thrown it yet. They're running though.
They tackled him.
Okay, I think. So we've got North Carolina in blue and white, and the Dukes in black and darker blue.
A thrilling 9 seconds right there. Let's see where they go from here.
Oh, they're gonna move forward. Oh, never mind. The ball was thrown backwards.
Okay, they've
interesting strategy.
Yeah, let's see if it hit the ground.
It hit the ground. So
slight critique here. I do think that whatever team is wearing the black jerseys, I don't really know.
I think it's Duke.
Duke, okay. I do think Duke would be doing a little bit better here if they had caught that. I mean, I know it's kind of a big ask, but
does it matter if you catch it? Can it hit the floor? Can it hit the ground?
The game
grass?
kind of stops when it does that, so I don't think that's.
They're back where they were before, right in front of the three.
I think the real strategy here is to try and catch the ball.
I presume so, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting strategy. They're throwing it backwards at the start.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So you're going to go... They did not catch it this time.
No, it's kind of the same thing that just happened last time, but it's in the opposite direction.
They're going to tackle each other.
Yep,
There's a bit of a fight going on North Carolina's own team. They're hurting each other.
Yep. Replay of this. Let's see. Are they going to... Yep, it throws the ball. Yep,
and he drops the ball.
That is, in fact, what we just saw.
I think the team would have done better if they didn't just see that again. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like this is really going to lower morale on Duke's side anyway. North Carolina seems pretty happy about this.
Well, they keep headbutting each other. He kicked the
ball.
ball.
Let's see.
Maybe that's where it gets its name. That's why it's football, because you kick it sometimes.
Maybe.
North Carolina just grabbed it.
Yeah, and then they all ran off the side. I don't get what's going on there.
It doesn't seem like that's part of the field that they're allowed to play on.
No,
so.
Usually you do put lines to mark the edge of things.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know who these people are, but they look like
football players.
Yeah, they do look like football players.
There's three guys with balls right now?
You can tell they're football players because they're holding footballs, and they look like they're about to do something with them.
Yeah, like throw them.
Yeah.
Or, as we saw just 10 seconds ago, kick them.
Yeah, you can do that. Nothing is stopping you.
I've never seen a kick before, so that's very exciting.
Yeah, well,
now it's on the North Carolina side. They're starting off. They caught it.
They caught it this time. That's good.
Yeah.
But looks like they did go out of bounds on that one.
He put it down. That's where they are.
Okay,
they're going to start from there.
That's good for them, I guess.
Yeah. I think so. Duke should be taking some pointers from North Carolina right here.
Yeah.
They should have caught the ball.
Yeah, North Carolina's coach just kind of did a little quick meeting with Duke. I feel like Duke would really be doing a lot better.
He's really repping those Tar Heels.
Yeah. Okay, throwing.
Throw it backward. Who has the ball? I do not know.
I know, it's big clump. I can't distinguish.
Did they got further than that black line on the screen there.
But they didn't quite hit the yellow line, which I could be wrong, but I think that's kind of where they're aiming to go, is there
eventually.
Beyond.
Yeah, eventually. But last time they didn't get past the yellow line and they still moved up, so I don't know. Yeah. This is a very interesting game we've got going on here. Yeah. So far, 0-0. Oh, that's the half. That's like the half court line.
Yeah.
Or half field.
Maybe.
Like golf.
Yeah. Okay. Duke's ball again.
Oh. No. It's Carolina's ball actually.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't tell these people apart. The
jerseys
aren't helping. I'm sorry.
The North Carolinas are the white and light blue, and then the Dukes are black and dark blue.
Okay, that's good to know. Keep that in mind.
And then I think the people in black and white are the refs. No, but I could be wrong on that one.
I got that part. That explains why they're not wearing helmets.
They're just wearing hats.
Yeah, this is another angle of that clump we saw a minute ago. That's fascinating. It's good to...
They're all holding up their hands in solidarity of whoever just got absolutely gobstopped right there.
Yeah, there's a reason that the NFL has multiple books written about it and its concussion rates.
Oh, wow, that was a really... Oh, and he's kicking it.
Another kick.
He's kicking it. Where's it going? It hit the ground.
It hit the ground. They did not get it in time.
Oh.
What are they... Why are they up? Why did that take them so long?
Does a kick not matter about the ground? Is that what's going on? I don't know.
Maybe not.
They just left it hit. They let it hit the ground. They seem happy about it.
Yeah, Carolina's kind of just like celebrating. This is
or they're really mad and they're hitting each other. I don't know.
Could be that too. We don't really know. Oh, okay, and we're back.
We're back. The coaches are playing a little bit of football on the field on their own.
Yep.
Seems like they're having fun with it.
Yep, they're really moving right now.
They're passing the football back and forth.
Yeah. Let's see where they go with this.
Oh, he's running.
He's running. He certainly is running. Indeed.
This is quite a field I'm looking at right now.
Yep. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. I'm extremely dehydrated. But yeah, coaches do. The referees. I apologize. They do seem to be doing something.
I like the amount of numbers that are on the field. Oh, got a little bit of camera shift there. The camera guy's awake.
Yeah, but the numbers are very handy because then you know exactly how far away things are.
Do we?
That's what the numbers are for. If they want, that's
we're getting a good view of a guy.
Yeah, but like
I don't know what he's doing. He might be judging the game right now.
He might be.
Or doing his taxes.
Yeah, he could be. But just like going back to the numbers, without them, you'd have no idea what increments of distance they are. But because they're all in increments of 10, then you know they're all 10 away from each other.
Yeah, like 10 cucumbers.
It could be.
Or dishwashers. We don't know.
We don't know. It's just increments of 10.
Yep. Or 10 people.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 10 people away. But although the people look like they're about half the size of those numbers, so I don't know.
There's a lot more than 10 people squished between these lines right now.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like people laying down.
No, maybe. But there's also a lot of people doing backflips up there. I don't really know what that's about.
There's a whole bunch of people doing a bit of a clapping. They're clapping and cheering.
Yeah. They're getting the crowd hyped.
Oh, and they're running off the field now. Looks like the game might be getting back to a start, but I don't know.
I really hope it does. I'm enthralled right now.
I'm tired. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, well, we did not sleep very well last night.
Just got off a plane.
Stole the couch. That's all I'll say. So, yeah, suffice to say we didn't sleep very well, but presumably neither did these guys, considering how terrible of a football game they're playing right now.
It's still currently 0-0 as far as I've seen, but they haven't shown the scoreboard yet. So
if they slept more, this is a quick little advice for all you aspiring football players out there. You got to sleep as much as you can, because if these people clearly didn't sleep enough because they had not scored yet. If they had gotten more than 3 hours of sleep last night, I'm sure that they would be doing a lot better at this. And where did the image... Oh,
we're back.
We're back.
It was black screen there for you audio listeners out there.
Yep. And it looks like we're getting some serious analysis here.
They've got like yellow cones for vision lines. Yeah. Oh, and a pass. That was a successful pass. Are we playing a video game here?
We've seen so far. We're back.
We're back. They're starting the game.
Duke's ball.
Oh, and they're throwing it. Oh, they caught it. No, they didn't.
He fell over.
He fell over. He dropped the ball.
Yeah, what a loser that guy is.
And it was not a proverbial drop of the ball. It was a literal drop.
Quite literally fell over.
And dropped the ball. And another shot of the guy doing his taxes. Yeah. I don't know what this is all about. I think this is a replay of the shot we saw before.
It might be. It does look very similar. Oh,
yep.
Here we go again. Duke's
back
ball.
Is this a replay of what just happened? Is he going to drop the...
He passes it.
Oh,
he
got a little bit further than that black line. Did not get up to the yellow line. No. We'll see. I think what they could do to do better is get to the yellow line.
I have to agree with you. I do think that is a solid strategy that would increase their chances of winning this game.
There goes a pass. That was a wicked, wild pass that was not aimed at anybody on their own team. No. I think it was aimed at like a North Carolina.
Yeah, I would just as a friendly word of advice. I would advise Duke to not do that again. If they want to score, which it does seem like they want to do, that does seem to be the goal of this game. I would recommend not doing that.
It seems like passing to your opponent is not a good idea, but I wouldn't know. I've never played this before.
It does at a glance.
There you go. He's kicking it. It seems like they do two passes and then a kick.
Yeah, they got
and it's out of the.
They got pretty close. If he had kicked it like not quite
another
as far,
10.
Yeah, if he had kicked it like 5 feet further than that, one guy probably would have been able to catch it, and then they would probably have kept going and maybe even scored.
Still 0-0.
Yeah, well, you never know what
there was a yellow flag called, it looks like, but I don't know what that means. So we'll see.
I think it means someone did something wrong, and like that's like a warning. But it's impossible to know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
staying hydrated out on the field, that is a very good tip. Yeah. I wonder if Duke is doing the same. It doesn't appear to be so, because
we can't see them, but Carolina is passing around the branded Gatorade water bottles.
Yep.
A classic water bottle, highly durable,
very good for sports.
Yeah,
as I've heard.
Nice and easy. They're very squeezable, so you can just kind of squirt it into.
It doesn't have to be yours. That's the good part. You can squeeze it in your mouth, and it's not yours. Yeah.
Yeah. So highly recommend. Go to
www.gatorade.com or something like that.
Pick up your own for only $6.99.
It's probably more than that, but. Whatever.
We don't know. We're paid to.
We are not paid to be here, but we are here.
But we are paid to promote the Gatorade water bottle. That is a common misconception. That is, in fact, our actual job. We do this for fun. It's our medium, if you will.
Anyway, back to the game.
Yeah,
it looks
a lot is
like
on
there is a few coaches. There's 5 I can see so far, or not coaches. I mean refs. They're standing in the middle of the field, just talking to each other.
Yeah,
we'll find out what they're talking about soon. But until then,
I'm very excited to get back into the game
eventually.
Yeah, we don't fully know when that will be.
It seems like games have a lot of intermissions in between when the plays happen.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
There's a 6th ref on the field. Oh. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
He's joined the rest of them.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see the clock come back, because we have been recording for about 12 minutes now. We're 12 minutes into the game. But I believe that less than a minute of actual playtime has occurred, which is very fascinating. I would have figured that...
I think that's fast for a game this size.
Yeah, but... I agree, but part of me does think that you're being paid a lot of money to do this. It makes sense that you'd want to play the most football you possibly could.
Right, but resting in between each play gives the players enough time to rest.
That's very true. I had not considered that.
Yeah, so that's another good tip for you aspiring football players out there. Every time you do a play, give yourself 5 to 10 minutes right after the ball has hit the ground to start the game back up again. That might reduce your chances of getting a concussion. This has not been field tested, so be aware that you can still suffer many concussions. Yep. But 5 to 10 minutes gives you enough time to not get a concussion.
Yeah. And it looks like we're getting some highlight reels of other people who aren't playing right now.
Yeah.
This guy Dabo, Mac
Brown.
Boy Mac.
They're holding what seems to be a glass football. I don't know how useful that would be. Yeah. Thinking that would hurt a lot.
It would hurt.
You can still catch it, though.
Yeah. But provided you don't drop it. Oh, and we're back to the action. There's Mac Brown again. He's coaching this time.
Still repping those Tar Heels.
Yep. What's he thinking right now? What do you think is going through his head right now?
I think that what's going through his head right now is, I want a cheeseburger.
I agree. Cheeseburgers, they go very well with fries. And you know what else goes well with fries? Football. And speaking of football, we're back in the action. North Carolina just passed the ball.
Back to themselves. Yeah. He's running the field.
He made it to the line.
Yellow line.
He made it to the line. We have not seen this yet.
What an astonishing play from North Carolina.
Yeah, I truly...
Number 12.
I couldn't foresee... First off, I didn't think they had this play in them. And second, I don't see a world where this play could have been better.
He's running past the yellow line again.
Second time, but... Okay, so he's out of bounds, unfortunately, but he did hit the yellow line again.
Second time. This is number 28, not number 12 this time.
Different guy, but that is truly, that is amazing that they were able to pull that off. I did not think that North Carolina had that in them.
As far as for rooting, I think I'm rooting for North Carolina right now. They seem like the stronger team.
Yeah.
They've certainly made it further up the field than Duke has.
They have. Do you think that's part of our good friend Mac's coaching? Is that a testament to him, or is that a testament to the players, do you think?
I think that's a testament to how much time they've rested after each play. And
I agree.
We've seen that North Carolina has been drinking water. I've not seen Duke share water yet. So
No, we simply haven't. And you gotta stay hydrated. H2O is very important. One of the 4 basic human needs, up there with food and shelter.
Maybe they're getting a power nap in between each play.
Maybe
they're running up the field.
Is he going
to pass it? He passed it, but it got intercepted.
Fails.
It got intercepted by one of the Duke guys.
It got intercepted by the ground.
Well, I think when he tried to throw it, somebody else hit it while it was in the air, and then it spun out and hit the ground. But I might be wrong. I have... there it is. He did get to tap it with his hand.
Yeah.
And it spun out.
It does seem like if they had someone making sure that didn't happen, that play probably would have gone a lot better for North Carolina.
Or, alternatively, I think if he backed up just a few more feet and then threw it, I think that guy would not have been able to slap it out of the air.
Or if he had thrown it a little higher up, a little higher.
Or a little faster. There goes, and it hit
so
the blue part of the field.
They've made it all the way over, which is not something I expected to see today. But I don't think that counts as a score.
What do you suppose that the other color than green means for the field?
I could be wrong, but I believe that's where you need to go to score points. I'm not sure how many points it's worth compared to, if you were able to get
I would assume
the
1.
net. It might be. We simply don't know because neither team has scored yet, which to me says that they have not.
We're back with North Carolina. They have the ball. They're going to pass it back. Still seems like an interesting strategy to me. I think a better strategy would be to pass it forward.
Oh, but they kick the ball.
Oh, and it goes.
They made it through. They made it through the net. I truly didn't see this coming.
The 2 metal posts.
This is crazy. So now we know that that's worth 3 points. Okay, write this down. 3 points if you're able to kick it through the net. Why they don't start with that, I don't know.
I do have a pen. I do not have paper. Unfortunately, I can't write that down. But until they score again, I don't think that score will change.
I doubt it. And with the amount of time that it has taken North Carolina to score a single point, to be fair.
This is a wonderful mechanism I'm looking at right now. It seems to be a cart with a bell on it.
I wonder what that... And also, you can't forget the North Carolina branding.
Right, so
it is a North Carolina branded bell skateboard thing.
Bell cart, I would say.
Possibly. It's not moving, which is an interesting strategy.
It's a very good shot of the bell cart.
Yeah, you're getting a very good look at this angle of it. I'm very interested to see what it looks like from the other side.
We may not get that. I think the other cameraman is asleep.
That's a shame. I'm very interested in this. They keep zooming in and out, which is an interesting stylistic choice. But if it were me, I would cut between angles a few times,
or rotate the cart.
Dynamic. You could do that. The cart is completely stationary. I have not seen it move yet. Oh, there
is a camera crew there.
Inspecting the cart. So now we have a scale for it. So this cart is actually quite large, as it turns out.
Yeah, it's bigger than a person. We've cut to black. So during this intermission, what would you suggest to the Duke players at this juncture?
I would suggest, one, that you need a little bit more rest in between your plays. I think that will help you perform better. But second, and probably more importantly, when you're out on the field, I do think that catching the ball when it's thrown to you is going to be their key to victory.
And not dropping it.
Yeah, if you don't drop it, then you can keep going. And the further you go, then the further ahead you'll start next time you do get to play. And I based on the performance we just saw from North Carolina, it does seem like getting to the other end of the field is really what you should be trying to do here. If they can kick it through the goal, that'll be great. We'll tie the game up, and everything will be just fantastic. But I really do think that Duke really has to spend the next chunk of the game really focusing on not dropping the ball. I do think that will help them tremendously in the long run.
And potentially, what I saw from North Carolina is they passed the ball back, but then more importantly, they didn't pass it after that. They just ran with it. So that might be the next play for Duke, is just to run with the ball when you have it and not care about the other players, because they will be defending you.
That is true. There are the other team will want to take the ball from you, and you will have to do quite a lot of work to stop them from doing that. But unfortunately, I haven't seen enough from Duke today to really have confidence that they'll be able to pull any of that off.
Well, it's not a game over as of yet. I think they could still make it back. They just have to get a bit more rest, get a bit more water, and keep catching those balls and not dropping them.
Yeah, not dropping them really will help them.
Got a piano intermission here. With some cuts and edits of previous football games, I believe. These are players and people I have never seen before and will never see again, so really excited to see this.
Yep, Georgia versus Alabama, 7:30 p.m. EST. We will be there. We will be commentating it, and I expect to see you there too. Okay, so good to know. We're back at the game. We've been playing for just shy of 5 minutes.
This is a formation I've never seen before. They're kicking the ball up the field, and they made it through the posts yet again from half of the field. So it looks like the North Carolina players are very excited about that.
Yeah.
And the Duke players seem very distraught. Yeah. They did not update the score, so I don't know if that was worth just like bragging points or real points, but we will see in a moment here.
And don't forget, tune in 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be commentating the Florida State SMU game. Be there, be square. Don't forget, don't be late. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be, I'm sure, just as thrilling.
So that looks like it really was worth bragging points, as the scoreboard has not been updated.
It's not been changed, but the timer is going down. Duke has absolutely fumbled this play.
They are behind where they started with the ball, so that means that they will not have the ball, or alternatively, they will go to where they ended. This guy looks really hurt. He's bouncing like a chicken.
All over the place. So we've been playing for 10 minutes and 8 seconds left in the quarter, I believe. So we've been playing for just shy of 5 minutes, which is incredible. It looks like
it looks like another Duke player is
injured in the leg somehow. He's
got medical staff on his at his side.
It does look like he's in quite tremendous pain.
They're going to shift his knee back into place, it looks like, and he's able to bend it again.
That's good. That is a sign of a healthy knee. If you can't bend your leg, there is something wrong with you.
We've got a quick play-by-play, a highlight of one player. He's got the 93 on his shoulder.
Just how these
they pass the ball. He gets tackled and slams into 2 players.
Yeah, he actually has the North Carolina player flung into him, I believe.
Yes.
Which is, a crazy thing to have happen. He can put a little bit of weight on it. That's good.
That is another sign that it is a healthy knee.
Yeah.
His face is contorted in agony, so that it may not be the most healthy knee, but it is once again able to walk. So that is a good thing.
I do expect number 93 to return to the field relatively quickly, whether it be this game or whenever Duke plays again. I don't know. But I do expect that need to heal fairly quickly.
Well, the medical staff seem to be fairly competent, and they could just do that.
They could just do that. And Duke has passed the ball, and they're running. They've made it past their initial starting line. That's good. We haven't seen that from them yet.
Notably, this time they have not let North Carolina take the ball, which is a good thing.
No, but they did fall over, which, based on what we've seen thus far, really does seem to be hurting their performance. It really does feel like the more you fall over, the less distance you're able to cover. I'm not entirely sure what the science behind that is, but it really does seem like you should be not falling over. I do think that would help you.
Yeah, it's almost like 2 feet strides is better than 1 face stride.
Yeah.
They have gone backwards yet again, and it looks like North Carolina are cheering.
Yeah, North Carolina is really proud of itself for that one. Stellar performance from them. Duke, I don't know what the hell your guys are up to. I really do feel like...
he did not throw the ball and just let himself get knocked over.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Absolutely tumbled into that green. And I am beginning to feel like earlier, we joked about the North Carolina coach, our good friend Mac, giving Duke some pointers. I really do feel like that would help them quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
North Carolina caught the kick. Incredible
catch.
We've not seen them do that before.
Well, we've barely seen any catches this game, and all of them have come from North Carolina. Actually, I think I am mistaken. There was one catch by Duke earlier in this game. However, they did stumble and hit the dirt. That
was a truly unfortunate play. I hope for their sake that does not happen again. It would be really funny, but I don't think that would be a good thing
for the game.
For the game, yeah, for the good of the game. But the ball is back in North Carolina's court. They've passed it off, and they fell onto the black line. They attempted to run through it, but unfortunately Duke, doing one of the few good things, or a few good plays they've done so far, just absolutely knocked him over. They stopped him right at the black line. They did not get further than they were before. We are at a good old 8 minutes, so 2 minutes have gone by since the last time we checked in. Which was 4 minutes ago. Which is actually, that's quite good progress for a football game. I've not seen it move this quickly before. No, yes, yeah. So okay, we're back with North Carolina on the ball, and yellow flag was called. Somebody made a misstep or something. Doing that. He was on the wrong side. Looks like he was rotating. He was rotating the wrong side for what appears to maybe be the second time. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. I don't think that would be good for them. I think our good friend Mac, repping those Tar Heels, is still thinking about cheeseburgers. Most likely. But I think now he's thinking about getting cheeseburgers for his team. Maybe. As they are winning. As a celebration. If North Carolina keeps this performance up, they will be deserving of it. Oh, what a stellar catch. He caught it while being forced off to the side. That's one of the best catches we've seen this game. Unfortunately, he was kind of shoved off into the out-of-bounds area of the field, which really getting a play-by-play here. Not the thing to do at that moment. But they did get a lot further than they have gotten in quite some time. Hopefully this is the beginning of a solid improvement performance-wise from both teams. Well, I don't think we need too much improvement from North Carolina. Otherwise, this would be a smash hit for them. As Duke needs... Oh, and he got jiu-jitsu tackled to the dirt, and they are in front of the yellow line. They did pass the yellow line. That's very good for them. This will definitely make their lives a lot easier next time. I'm very impressed with the amount of catches that North Carolina has made this game. That's another catch. Another great catch. Great running. Oh, and right until the end there. He tried to do some funny spinjitzu type. Still further than where they were before. So he did not make it past the yellow line, but he did make it past the black line, which is really what you're going for in this game. Yeah, we haven't seen it happen too many times. So it really does seem like North Carolina is going to pull away the victory here. Let's see what they do. Black line and yellow line are really close together. It looks like it will be very difficult not to pass it, but we'll see. Maybe Duke can make a comeback here. And what a stellar pass. Except they didn't catch it. Duke absolutely killing himself over this. What a stellar pass to a member of the Duke team. Yeah. Seems like he tried to catch it with his head. Not advised. You do have a helmet on, and it is harder to control your head with a helmet on. It does seem like it would be counterintuitive. Timer has stopped again. Looks like we're gathering for some advice from our good friend Mac. But then again, the players are back in line, so possibly we're going to get to see another play. So North Carolina here working really hard to make it up the field, and they seem to be. Oh, he's pushing past them all. He passed the yellow line. He did fall over, unfortunately. They've been doing that a lot more lately. I don't really know why. I don't quite understand the strategy behind that. I think Duke has now lost some morale. 2 of their team members have been pulled off the court for injuries, I believe. So that means that they might be playing with less people. They might be. And also, they haven't scored yet, whereas North Carolina has. Oh, that's a third injury for Duke. That's very unfortunate. I think he should have gotten more water in him before the play started. Yeah. Either some water or some rest. And on the topic of water, I'm going to have some. But before I want to ask you a quick question. What do you think Duke could possibly do to try to improve their performance going forward? I think they still need a bit more rest, especially those players who have gotten injuries, sustained injuries. However, I think they just need better morale at this stage in the game. Well, North Carolina did make a very great play, getting past the yellow line there, and also having 3 points to Duke's 0 so far. I think they need to forget about the 3 points that they don't have and work towards the 3 points they could have. I think you're very, very right here. I think that if Duke were able to catch up to North Carolina, points-wise, then they would probably have the motivation to try to surpass them again. especially, I'm sure they have that now, but if they're caught up, then passing them is a lot easier because rather than having to catch up and then surpass the, frankly, interesting performance from North Carolina, all they would have to do is just outplay them, which it does seem like that would be quite the challenge for Duke at this point, but I do think that with the right amount of morale, right amount of water, right amount of rest, and maybe a little help from our friend Mac, they might just be able to pull that off.
They might just need some Tar Heels.
They might.
I don't know. I think that might be helping the North Carolina team right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was, frankly.
And also, on that note, I think we haven't seen a Duke bell cart.
No, we have not.
I believe that might be a magical totem that North Carolina are using to win this game so far. Yeah. And I don't know if that's legal in the rule book. I don't have the rule book, but magical totem to me seems like a bit of a cheat.
Yeah, but that bell cart was pretty awesome. If Duke had one in the black and blue
morale at least
with the black and blue color scheme they've got going on, that would look really cool. And I think having that there would probably
you get to ring the bell when you win a point. I think that would be beautiful.
Okay, we're back to the game.
North Carolina has the ball. They're rushing it up the field.
They're running. Is he going to throw it?
Oh! He made it just shy of the yellow line.
Yeah, unfortunately, he hit the dirt just a little too soon. They should have done that, maybe 10, 15 feet further up the field. I do think that really
maybe in the blue zone.
Maybe that probably would have also helped them considerably. I do think that was quite the fumble on North Carolina's part.
What is going on here? It looks like a play was almost started and then all hell broke loose.
They decided against it, which to be honest, I get. I've called off my fair share of things over the years.
Maybe they needed more rest before the play started. They were just.
Maybe. It has not been very long.
Like a union overworked, they were not having it.
No, they were not. And that timer has gone down considerably over the last few minutes. We were at 7 or 8 minutes recently, and now we're down to just over 4.5. So, quite a lot can still happen in this game.
And the ball hit the dirt.
It did hit the dirt, but it did keep going. Good on the ball. Honestly, the ball has been the true MVP of this game so far.
I believe so.
Traveled so far.
Although I think it's been the MVP for the North Carolina team. The Duke team have not had possession of the ball for very long, and also the ball does not seem to like them as it likes to drop out of their hands.
It does like to do that. The ball really does seem that its best friend is the ground, which that's certainly an interesting strategy for it to have. I don't know how well that will work for them in the long run, but I'm very intrigued to see how.
Honestly, again, I think my favorite player is the ball currently.
Yeah, the ball has been performing consistently, unlike both teams.
Oh, and we got a catch into the blue zone.
Into the blue zone. This is incredible.
We put up a double thumbs up.
We have not seen this before. That appears to be a touchdown.
I thought it was a hole-in-one.
It could be. We don't really know. But
they are up to an astonishing 9 points.
6 whole points for North Carolina. I don't think Duke has any possibility of catching up at this point.
That was a 9-pointer.
They would need
6-pointer.
Serious morale.
We're getting a play-by-play. 2 Duke players were just circled by the camera.
Did you know there was a third guy in here? Anyway, North Carolina right at the edge here. They're about to.
Could I get a cheeseburger, please?
He's left. They've kicked the ball through the goal. Got another point. They're at 10 now. This is truly remarkable stuff. I have not seen any plays like this in, frankly, quite some time. Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. I think that's just the guy.
Okay.
He's left to get us a cheeseburger.
Okay. I don't know he was still here.
Yeah.
But okay, so the football is going. The football.
And we're in the blue zone. What an astonishing lens flare.
Yeah.
Cameraman having a day of it.
I honestly believe that man was classically trained by J.J. Abrams.
A beautiful. They are at 10 points now. I am not understanding where they got that point. I was not watching for the last.
They kicked it through the net.
I see.
It was quite the kick. One of the 2 kicks that North Carolina has had into.
It has 3.
Net.
They've had 3.
They've had 3 kicks. Okay, well I stand corrected. I believe that was probably the weakest of their kicks so far, but still very good.
Here comes another kick.
Let's see how far this one travels.
He did a very big hop.
Yep, he's really excited about it, and I am
too.
I'm very hopeful that this ball will once again prove to be the absolute MVP of this game.
He's getting a running start. He's ready to kick it, and there it goes.
How far does it go?
Did it go through the net?
I don't know.
Did it go through? My depth perception with this camera angle is very horrible.
It's hard to tell, and it looks like we might not find out for a couple minutes here
as an intermission has kicked in.
Yeah, All-State. That's quite the architecture they've got going on there.
Beautiful building in the background.
Yeah, I would study engineering in that building if it was available, but it is not.
I would go there.
I too would go there. As I have said, I would specifically study engineering.
What a beautiful field of blue. Oh, that's the crowd.
That is.
And here we're back on the field of green. That is, in fact, the playing field.
North Carolina's score has not gone up, so it does not seem like that kick did
back to Duke with the ball. They pass it. They caught it for the first time, and they run. And he's tackled.
They're tackled. Okay, so this is probably the best play we've seen from Duke so far this game. That touchdown and then the subsequent kicks really have seemed to boosted their morale a little bit. They're losing horribly. They really want to turn this around.
Here they go, and they ran right into North Carolina.
I'm interested. What do you think was going through their minds at that moment? Because he could have gone in any
I think they were thinking about cheeseburgers and fries.
He could have gone in any of the main directions that you can go in. Instead, he chose to go right into the clump where the people were. What do you think was the game plan there?
I think the game plan was to run into them and bowl through them, but unfortunately he misjudged and the ball has hit the dirt. Unfortunately, he misjudged the distance between him and that person and did not have enough speed to bowl him over.
I'm inclined to agree. I do think that was a mistake if Duke had gone around to maybe possibly
the right side.
The right side or the left side. They could have, I wasn't really paying attention, they could have snuck away with maybe not a goal, but at least a little bit more distance. But it looks like they're going to get another shot at this. Let's see what happens.
They're pointing off to the side, raising their hands. He's got a question.
He does.
They've answered it. He's about to throw the ball backwards, and they're off. We're off.
They're going backwards. They're throwing
passing it up field. And did they catch it? It was in his position for a fraction of a second.
But he did then hit the dirt when the North Carolina man absolutely rammed into him. But it does look like they made it past the yellow line, which is not something
we've seen Duke do very many times.
No, maybe once or twice the entire game.
Ooh, I think the ball hit the dirt, and it wasn't in his hands. No, Duke, I don't think that counts for
absolutely horrible play from Duke. Their performance this game has truly been astonishing.
They've got a third chance at it. He's kicking it up the field.
Let's see how that works for them. Where is it going to land?
Caught by North Carolina once again.
Honestly, North Carolina has been just doing so much better this game. I really do think it's Mac and his direction and his coaching.
Maybe the motivation that North Carolina has is the cheeseburgers they will be getting after this game, much like I will be.
Yeah, or maybe it's the Tar Heels. We may never find out.
Or the bell cart.
Could be. I would put my money on the bell cart personally. But, there's so many variables in a game like this. You never know what's going to happen. But North Carolina does seem a lot better at predicting what is going to happen than Duke has been doing. Duke's been...
Looks like we're back to another play. North Carolina seems to be in possession of the ball. They are passing it. They are running. They've fallen.
They haven't made it to the yellow line, but Duke has advanced quite far, honestly. They're now very close to the end of the field where Duke would need to be if they were to score.
Right, yes. I believe that was because they got that one very far run and pass.
I do think that really did help them out. And if I truly believe this. If Duke is able to pull that off again, I really, truly do think that they could get some points here. But unfortunately...
Astonishingly, we have yet to see them score a single point. I've been staring at that 0 for another 5 minutes.
We've had almost 13 minutes of playtime thus far. North Carolina, for a point-to-minute ratio, has been doing extremely well, and Duke continues to absolutely fumbling the bag here.
They've made it past the middle of the field. Once again, North Carolina encroaching upon the other side of the field.
You're thoroughly ahead of Duke. I'm very interested in seeing whether North Carolina is comfortable with their position, whether or not they're going to attempt to score more goals, or if they're thinking what we're thinking, which is that Duke is probably not going to score, and they've probably already secured themselves a victory here. What do you think?
I think they might want to score more just for the brownie points,
Honestly, I understand it. Anyway,
and
nice
it's out of the field.
Horrible catch, absolutely horrible.
I don't think it was a nice throw.
But if you think about it this way, if he had been 10 feet further forward, he probably would have caught it.
But he would have been outside of the field lines.
He could have jumped. Have you considered he could have jumped?
Right, but he would still be outside of the field lines when he landed.
Okay, so maybe the throw was the problem.
I think if they'd thrown more into the field and, a little bit shorter.
I could see a universe where that happened, and it probably would have worked out better. But North Carolina has been booking it.
And he's out of the field. And I think he went past the yellow line.
He did make it past the yellow line. Hopefully that means the yellow line will advance for them.
Getting a circled player here.
Yeah.
And back to the replay. He's running, and we've stopped the replay as the game has started again, and we didn't make it past. We made it past the black line, but by only
a few feet. But we did get to see a
cucumber or two.
A nice pile up. That does seem to be happening a lot this game. I do feel like if both teams avoided such pile-ups, they probably would have more points at this point.
And less injuries.
It's entirely possible. But with only just over a minute on the clock left, it is certainly not anyone's game.
They are running, and they made it past the black line, but have another pile-up with 3 men on top of them.
Duke's strategy at this point in the game really seems less to be about scoring points and much more about stopping North Carolina from scoring points. And to be fair to Duke, they are a lot better at stopping North Carolina from scoring points than they are at getting points themselves.
Are you sure about that?
Okay, so they've fumbled the bag a few times, but if you think about if Duke hadn't stopped North Carolina all these times, how many more points they'd have right now? Think about that.
That is a very fair assessment, and it looks like they stopped them once again from advancing.
With only 26 seconds left on the clock, Duke, I highly doubt, is going to win this. North Carolina does seem to be sitting really pretty right now with those 10 points. I highly doubt that we will get to see another point scored in this game, unfortunately, but you never know. It's football. Anything can happen in football.
Maybe North Carolina will score another point within the next 30 seconds, but I'm very doubtful of it because they're still in the middle of the field. Yeah. And Duke seems to be doing their job in this instance of stopping them from getting further up the field.
But North Carolina did get from one side to the other pretty quickly that one time when they scored the touchdown. So I'm pretty confident they could do it again.
They threw the ball right into Duke's hands, and he's going to run it.
Great catch from the Duke player, by the way. And he's
out of bounds.
But why
did you do that? He did make it 20 microwaves up the field.
That is an impressive run from the Duke player. Probably one of the better ones we've seen this game, honestly.
And most impressive catch, I would say.
Yeah, Duke really does seem to be stepping their game up. It's a bit late for that, honestly. With only
I think the ref just hailed Hitler.
I would not be shocked if he did that. I have seen it before, and I'm sure I'll see it again.
We're getting a good cleat advertisement right here for North Carolina.
But nice throw. Oh, that's quite the tackle.
Was that? No, these are plays earlier in this game.
Yeah, these are really quite the tumbles. North Carolina is very proud of themselves. They pride themselves on their stylistic falling. They teach a course there called Falling with Style.
I think it's taught by Buzz Lightyear.
I thought his name was Tim Allen, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't go to the school. I go to Ohio State, so I don't know, but I do know that they teach falling with style there, and Duke has the ball again, presumably,
and it got
another pile up,
tackled really behind the black line this time,
with only 4 seconds left on the clock.
3, 2, 1, and
that
game
is the game. We
10 points for North Carolina, 0 for Duke. Going back, and we've got 15 minutes again. But is this a replay of the game we've seen before?
We don't know. We just don't know.
We're starting with a cool 10 points for North Carolina and 0 points for Duke.
Yeah. God, I hate football.